making sound the last time. I don't know if it's making sound this time or not, but I'm going to test it out and see. So if I'm not making sound, can somebody leave it in the comments? If I am, if you guys are able to hear me, I'm talking about making sound. If you guys are able to hear me, can somebody just like leave me a thumbs up or something? But anyway, I just want to jot down a few things in my digital diary, and hopefully this video or this live is successful. Hello YouTube friends and family, how are you guys doing today? I hope that everyone is doing wonderful and swell per usual on this good Wednesday morning. It is April the 29th. Good morning, Miss Taylor. It is April the 29th, 2026, and it is currently 10:30 a.m. here in Detroit, Michigan. I woke up this morning. I'm feeling pretty okay. It's a little rainy and gloomy here in the D today, but I got up, got myself together, brushed my teeth and all that good stuff, and I have been doing some research though, but no, I haven't. And okay, hold on, let me not get distracted. I'm still looking though. You know what? Somebody commented on one of my videos and they said that they've been trying to reach out to me to give me some resources, but they've been unsuccessful. And I don't know why that is, but I tell you guys all the time, like sometimes people will leave comments and it'll say that I have a moderator and they're deleting the comments and things like that. However, I have not assigned a moderator to my channel. And I was having the same problem with Facebook. Like people will be inboxing me or leaving comments and I'll get the notification that I have the comments or the inbox, but then when I go to click on it, I can't see it. And Facebook was doing the same thing, like saying that I had a moderator and I'm the only one that's in control of my pages. They were also fucking with my views like that too. Like I'll have 40,000 views, but then it'll show I have 3 views. So it's something with that that's going on. I said that my pages were shadow banned and people been stealing my revenue. I've been complaining about it. I don't just make the videos. I actually do take the steps to complain. It's just that I ain't get no justice yet. So people do be trying to give me resources or places to go and things, and I swear to y'all, I do not get the information. But I'll look up things online, and like I said, I looked up a few different townhomes and things like that to see what's available, what's the process fee. But then I had different things going on with my household as well. Like, okay, when I get ready to move, I need to show a proof of income. I was lifting, my daughter was going to work and everything like that. However, and everybody got their little things we do on the side to make extra money, and ain't nobody prostituting. But, you know, as soon as I asked my daughter to ask her job for her check stubs and things like that, they started talking about we think she checked in one day that she wasn't here and she didn't have her iPad or some shit like that. And I'm like, well, you know, still tell them that we would like to see your check stubs, because I just want to see, you know, if you're supposed to be getting paid X amount of dollars an hour and you're working X amount of hours, you know, I just want to make sure that everything is adding up. However, they ended up terminating my daughter, and hopefully she don't mind me talking about that, but anyway, it's facts. They ended up terminating her. Now, it's just so crazy that they ended up terminating her after I started asking for check stubs. Like, I want to see the proof of the income. I would need to send it to DHS. I would need to provide it for anybody who we plan on moving into a house or a complex, because she's 18. And when you're 18 and older, you still have to, thank you, sports fan. When you're 18 and older, you still have to provide your proof of income because you're now considered to be a legal adult. So even for me to move into a townhouse, a house, or anything like that, I would have needed those check stubs for my daughter as well. However, as soon as I get ready to do all that, they like, oh, well, she's terminated because we think she was stealing ours. But I think y'all stealing her money. So now that's another hiccup in our plans. You know, I was already dealing with the car issue where I needed to get a few more things fixed before I could start lifting again, because it's like somebody's fucking with my car. And then as soon as I say, well, tell your job we need the check stubs, now all of a sudden they're finding a problem with my daughter's employment They don't want to provide those check stubs, which her clients love her, by the way. But anyway, that's how that shit goes. I had those same types of problems with jobs as well. Good morning, Silverado. How are you? Hi, guys. How am I making do? God, I gotta tell you, that's crazy, because I answered somebody else like that before too. They was like, how are you surviving out here? And I was like, God. And it was like, because I don't understand. It's like, you don't go to work, you don't trick off or nothing like that. You don't even sell your fucking bridge card. Like, how are you making money? How are you surviving? And I had to look them dead in the eyes. I said, God. Because that's the only answer that I can give anybody, is that God really makes a way out of no way for me. I could be really trying to figure out something, and he just makes a way out of no way. He has sent somebody into my life who just need me to do something out of the blue, and it's like, oh well, boom, there go $200. Like, oh okay, well now I can use this $200 to do this, that, or the other. And it's like, that's how I've been living. Do I like living that way? No. But am I doing that for a reason? Yes. Am I doing it intentionally? No, because intentionally I get up every day trying to do whatever it is that I have to do to have a good, peaceful day and take care of my kids. However, people just like fucking with me. I can't tell y'all why. They just do. So, you know, God just really been making a way out of no way for me. And I still get up trying. I still have yet to give up. I still continue to, along with God, make a way out of no way for myself as well. I still feed these kids every day and everything like that. But it's just little things that still keep getting in the way. However, I don't let them defeat me, is what I'm trying to say. So, and I was just, I only have not been lifting, I think, for probably about a week and a half, maybe. So prior to the last week and a half, I was lifting. And prior to yesterday, my daughter was just going to work. And, you know, it's like other little things or whatever that may come my way as a form of income or whatnot. And I don't do illegal ass shit. So, you know, that's what I'm saying. God just managed to make a way out of no way for me. And speaking of, I had ended up meeting this guy or whatever, and I've been meeting a lot of different guys lately, but again, everybody does things with intention. And you know, this guy was talking to me, and he's a very nice guy. He's older than me, by the way. I think he said that he was 52. And that's not a problem to me. Like, granted, I'm only 35 years old and I'm about to be 36 on July 9th. I like, now at this day and time, I like to date older men. Like, I don't want to date nobody in their 30s per se. I do want the guy who I talk to be a little bit older than me, like 8, 10, 12 years. So the age difference is not a big deal to me, you know, because I'm very mature. So that's why I think it works out that way. So lately my guys of interest have been older, like 40 and up. I ain't trying to go 60, but you know, between 40, 50, that's about my age range, that 10-year age gap. Yes, it's a big gap, just like my gap. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it. So I like my guys to be older per se. And, you know, he's an older guy. He seems to pretty much have his stuff together based on the conversation. I only met up with him one time. And based on the conversation, he seems to have his stuff together and everything like that. But I read energy too well. And he has a nice car, seems to have good finances, seems to, by what he's telling me, he seems to live in a nice condo, you know, out in the suburbs and everything like that. And everything seeming to add up in what he's saying or whatever. But I just had the gist that he watches my videos, right? And he was like, well, you know, I want to meet up with you, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, you know, I'm about to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I decided, I'm like, okay, I'm going to link up with him or whatnot. And, you know, the link up with him, it wasn't bad. It was conversation. We had smoked a little bit, drunk us a little bit of wine or whatever. It was cool. And then, you know, when it came down to being grown or whatever, first of all, anybody who try to fuck me with no condom, like, I don't like that. You don't try to rub up on me with no condom on. Don't try to do nothing like that to me with no condom on if I didn't suggest that I'm okay with you doing it to me with no condom on. That instantly turns me off. And no, it's not because I have no STDs. It's not that I think you got none. But it's because I don't fuck with you like that. And if I don't fuck with you like that, we don't need to be fucking with no condom. Because if you make a mistake and can't pull out and you get me pregnant, you can't tell me to get an abortion. You can't come and fuck up my life or come and do anything like that. Or, you know, you don't control the situation. I do. And if you don't want to get me pregnant, don't ever put your dick inside of me without a condom on. Vice versa. I need to be responsible enough. If I know that I don't want to get pregnant by you, I don't want you fucking me raw. So therefore that turns me off unless I fuck with you like that. And then I'm open to fucking you raw, and I'm open to the possibility that some slip-ups might happen and I might get pregnant by you. And you need to be open to that too, unless you dumb as fuck. And if you don't know that, you don't even need to be fucking at all. So, you know, that had kind of turned me off a little bit or whatever. But, you know, I'll make sure he can put his condom on the night goes by or whatnot. And I wasn't feeling the sex like that. I was turned off. I was too busy thinking about, and this probably sounds crazy, but I was too busy thinking about somebody else. And I don't even fucking know why, if this person is treating me some type of way, but it's what was going through my mind at the time. And I wasn't really feeling it, but that wasn't his fault. And, you know, but apparently he was having a good time. I was actually feeling like Robin on Waiting to Exhale, as well as Savannah. I was feeling like Savannah when that motherfucker was humping all over her and sweating and doing all of that. And she was like, that's kind of how I was feeling. And then I was also feeling like Robin when she had this sweet man who she worked with, and he was willing to give her everything. But she was, again, stuck on the guy who was treating her like shit and cheating on her and shit. That's how I was feeling as well. Like, this guy, he's being very nice to me. You know, he's trying to tell me different things. He's also, you know, enlightening me to a few different things or whatever, as far as like resources and everything. But it's something about him that I'm not clicking with sexually. And that's okay. It's like, you're not meant to have sex with everybody. And that's what I was trying to explain, like, get through to him. Like, something about us is, this is good chemistry, but this is not, I'm not feeling that part per se. But, you know, he was, again, one of those guys who was just feeling himself. Like, again, I'm saying, I think he watched my videos because he was like, well, I feel like I'm offering you something better than any other guy has offered you or whatever. And I was sitting there trying to think what he was offering me. I'm like, I wonder, does he think, like, since we're at the room or whatever and I quote unquote got a place to sleep tonight, that he's saving me or something like that? Because I would have been perfectly fine sleeping in my car. And that's what I be trying to get. That, again, that instantly turns me off. Like, I could be telling you my situation and you may look at me as a damsel in distress or somebody needing help, but you're either genuinely going to give me the help without wanting the sex, or you want a fair exchange, no robbery. And that's what you need to put on the floor. And exactly me stating that to him, that's kind of like what he was trying to do. He was basically trying to flirt with me, overtalk me, be a narcissist in a sweet, gentle, professional way. And I was reading it. And he was basically trying to tell me, like, oh, well, you know, you gotta basically use what you got to get what you want, is what he was basically trying to groom me into believing. And I was just sitting there listening at him like, you know, like, oh, okay. And, you know, he was really feeling himself and he was really just talking. And then I was just like, oh, you know, I got ready to go to sleep, ate our food, went to sleep or whatever. And then the next morning, you know, he wanted to be on that again. And I'm just like, you know, I wasn't really feeling it. Again, my head is somewhere else or whatever. And granted, this guy is being nice to me. He wants to give me some money and everything like that. Thank you, if that's the case. But yeah, we're not doing this again because I don't want to. It's a few red flags. He's like, everything about you checks off as green to me. Like, it checks off my list as green. Not like I'm a dummy, but it's like, oh, you this or you that, you're that, you probably just need me to help you with this or help you with that. And I just was like, oh, okay. And then he was telling me like, well, I got a few different things that you can help me with. You know, I know you said you don't do this or you don't do that, but like, I could do my own laundry and everything at home, but I don't like to fold it up. And he's like, I have a lot of different things that you could do, you know, if you want to make money with me that way. Because I think he was starting to read like, sir, I get that you're offering to pay me money to meet your sexual needs, but I'm not really into that. And that's how the situation was going. And I just was like, oh, you know, in order for me to even agree, I, for one, I ain't no prostitute. But in order for me to even agree to be like, oh, I want to fuck with you, and we have this agreement that you give me money from time to time, or you pay my bills, or you get my car fixed or something, like, I still need to like fucking you. Because when I don't like fucking you, I'll just lay there like a possum. Or when the sex not good to me, it's like I almost play dead like a possum or something. And it don't be that I be trying to do that. It's just that I can't get wet. So I don't be feeling it. But then when I'm feeling it, I ain't laying there like no possum. Bitch, we on Aladdin's carpet ride around this motherfucker. We Aladdin and Jasmine up in this bitch, swarming around, floating through the air. We on cloud nine around this motherfucker. When I like fucking you, cause I'm off in my zone. Like, shit, the shit is real. I ain't thinking about shit but this dick right now. Manifesting up off this motherfucker. Like, but when I'm not feeling it, it don't work like that. So I can't even be a prostitute because the money don't even get me wet. That's why niggas should know I ain't using it for money. Like, if I'm calling you, or if I want to come over and I want to spend the night more than once, I really like you, because sometimes I'm single. Bitch, I could do a one night stand if I want to and go on about my business. Not even saying just a random, but meaning that I'm not planning on fucking you on the regular, just like you probably don't plan on fucking me on the regular. And it ain't no hard feelings, because again, I wasn't planning on fucking you on the regular. So you should be able to tell when I like people, because you see them sticking around. I talk about them. You know, that's what you do when you like people. But he was very kind to me and everything like that, but he had an agenda. Speaking of Aladdin, you know, on Aladdin was poor. He was a thief. Jasmine was a royal princess who fell in love with a poor man from her village. But there was another king who wanted to marry Jasmine, and he looked up to Par. He fit everything that Jasmine's father wanted for her. He was another prince. He dressed like royalty, looked like royalty, came from another land and everything, but he only wanted to marry Jasmine for her money. And he was able to talk professional, sweet talk her, look like a businessman, talk that business talking shit around her daddy. And he fooled her daddy, and he fooled everybody else, but he couldn't fool Jasmine. And that's how I felt about that guy. Like, yeah, you look up to Par, you smell up to Par, you seem to have your money right, but I can see past your agenda. And all that talking that you doing, trying to talk to me real fast and sweet talk me, and basically like, oh, but you know, you gotta be a good girl, and you know you gotta do something to get something. Yeah, I know, but I want to do something to get something from the person I want to do it with and get it from. And that person ain't gonna be trying to sweet talk me and tell me shit like that. It's just gonna come naturally. Just like the sex, the orgasm, the love, the money, and everything else. It comes naturally when you're in alignment. When you doing shit that's unaligned, that's when you gotta pay for sex. That's when you feel like you gotta bribe somebody or be a narcissist in somebody's life. That's called lust. You like what you see. You don't know who I am. So therefore you're lusting after me. You want a nut. Just like I can be horny and want to fuck. But that does not mean that I care about you. That's another reason I don't get my feelings hurt by these niggas like that. Because just because you wanted to fuck me does not mean that you love me. And I know the difference. That's why people shouldn't think I'm so delusional either. Like, oh, she really think he fucked with her. No, he really fucked with me. He's lying to you, not me. He's sparing your feelings. Because he know I'm strong enough to handle something that you can't. So I just been noticing that type of stuff lately, and I was just telling him, he had called me again last night, and he was like, oh, you know, I was wondering if you wanted me to take you to a nicer room. Speaking of, pause, I went back to the Quality Inn when I met up with him. I'm like, oh, we could just go back to this hotel. And I wanted to see how it was ran, because, you know, mind you, I just had the incident with them when I was paying them $700 a week. So I haven't been there in about a week and a half. So I goes back there and I see, you know, look at the prices, what they charge him for the room and everything. They send us up to the 3rd floor, which is where they tried to get me to rent the double suite. They was like, but it has a little bit of maintenance repairs that need to be done, but I could take that suite. And I told them no. I'm like, I'm paying y'all $700 a week. I'm not taking no suite that need no fucking repairs. But anyway, we ends up going up there. The guy at the desk, he's somebody new. I never seen him before. And he gives us the room keys to go up to the 3rd floor. It is fucked the fuck up there. Maintenance repairs my ass. Y'all need to close that bitch the fuck down. Fix every motherfucking room up in that bitch. Redecorate it, remodel it, and then open the fuck back up. You know, I need to call the BBB or Fox 2 News on Quality Inn of Southfield. They need to give me my motherfucking money back. And they need to fix that room. And stop letting them prostitutes and shit run that bitch. I said they was running it like a apartment, and that's what I meant. And then y'all letting all them people put their trash on the outside, the hallways, stinking everything. That's why they gotta clean up constantly. And that's just not the staff's fault. That's the residents' fault as well. Because get your lazy ass up and take your garbage to the fucking garbage, so that they only gotta pick it up from one spot and take it outside. And when I was living there, I was taking out my own garbage. I asked them where was the dumpster, the big dumpster, because no hotel should ever have bags of garbage lined up in the hallway like we CNAs, and you toss your bag to the hallway until you bring your one big bag to clean up everything in one swoop. Then you do your rounds and everything like that. You make sure everything's straight. That's how they running that bitch. Matter of fact, like a nursing facility or rehab or something. So I went back there for a reason, just to see. And I told him, I'm like, look at this motherfucking hotel. And they tried to make it seem like I was bitching or something, charging me all this money, and look at this shit. And he was like, yeah, you right, you wasn't bitching. That shit was fucked up. But anyway, he had called me back last night, and he was like, basically, I want to take you to a nice room. I want to do this and I want to do that. And I just was like, oh, okay. He like, what you doing? I'm like, oh, nothing. I was just, you know, relaxing, make sure my kids had ate or whatever, which they just only ate some Rotel tacos yesterday. That was good as fuck. I had came in the house and made the Rotel for them and their friends or whatever, because Lily asked me to season up all the meat and shit. And I ate some of them tacos, and they was good. But I was like, oh, I'm just relaxing or whatever. And he like, oh, I want to pick you up. You can leave your car, and I want to take you to the room, but you know you got to do something for me. And I just was like, oh, okay, well, I don't really feel like going. And I can tell the shift in his voice, the anger in his voice, like, this is a bitch that don't listen. He's like, I tried to offer you something that would make you want to come back. Obviously, I don't like the offering, because I don't want to come back. And again, it ain't even just you, it's me too. Because while being with you and you talking all this, that, and the other, again, I can read your energy, so I can tell when somebody on some bullshit. He actually reminds me of my brother friend Raven. Like, that could be her daddy or older brother or something like that. But he was also reminding me of Cliff. And not as far as look wise, but talking. It's like, and this is why I was too busy thinking about Cliff to even be feeling him for real. And that's weird. It may be weird to say, but I'm just being honest. And it's like he was trying to say to me what Cliff would want to say to me if he and I were able to talk. And I was getting pissed. Like, I was feeling like maybe he had a conversation with him or something, and you know how you could be telling your friend something like, you know, I really like this guy. When I'm with him, it's this, that, and the other, and your friend sitting there listening to you, absorbing all the energy or whatever, but then they try to go behind your back and talk to the person who you was talking to them about. And then you be like, damn, you know I like them. Why would you go behind my back and try to talk to them, and then you gonna try to act like you me? You using my swag. You using what I told you about them to go and try to persuade them. That's how I was feeling. So I was just sitting there looking, but I was too busy thinking about him or whatever, and the fact that I haven't talked to him, and the fact of a lot of shit that's going on and what I got going on. I need to fucking talk to him. So I was thinking about all of that, but I was paying attention to this snake in front of me as well. And you know one thing about me, I like snakes. People who think that they about to play on my motherfucking top or whatever. Like, it's one more motherfucker that I see I gotta defeat, that won't leave me alone, that's trying to backstab me and backstab somebody that I love, and I don't fucking like that. So now I'm about to play with you like you trying to play with me, and I'm going to win. So, you know, I was just thinking that too. And I was, you know, like telling him like, oh, well, I don't want to meet up or whatever. And I can tell the change in the tone of his voice and the way that he started talking thereafter. And he was like, well, you just call me basically like when you want to make some money, when you feel comfortable. Because he was like, how I'm going to keep hold of you, how I'm going to keep tabs on you if you don't call me? That's the problem. I don't want you keeping tabs on me. I'm not your woman. And then he's like, well, after all the stuff that we did, all what stuff that we did? Like, maybe we feel in two different types of ways. And I understand that because people have felt that way about me too. Apparently, I felt strong feelings for people who didn't feel the same way about me. So I know what it's like to be rejected and turned down and not the chosen one and everything like that. So I was wondering, like, you know, are we miscommunicating with each other or something? Because you talking as if you feel something that I don't feel. And that's okay. I understand that I'm not immature, which is why I'm not saying his name or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, I know that I don't want to have another date after today, per se. But we could be friends. Like, or we could work business together, but as far as dating and things, like, I kind of already see how you move, and you would be one of those types who want me to listen to what you say, think that you got leverage over me because you have money. You'll try to outsmart me or outtalk me, being a narcissist, and I catch heed to those types of things. And being that I'm catching heed to it, I know not to get myself into it. So that's what I was trying to kind of say without sounding harsh. So I was just like, oh no, it's okay, I'm gonna stay here. And when he was like, well, basically you called me when you for a minute, and I just powered it back on. So I was saying, like, I had ended up telling him, hold on, let me see if I can move my clip, that I just wanted to stay home or whatever, and I ended up sleeping in my car last night or whatnot. And again, I was comfortable, I had ate, I was watching something till I fell asleep or whatever, and I wasn't thinking about it or whatnot. I just knew it was something that I didn't really care to do, because I could see how he thought he would be able to treat me based on the fact of thinking that I needed him for finances or something like that. It was kind of giving me the vibe of why did I get married? Hold on, put my clip down here some. I'm just sitting right here. It was kind of giving me the vibe of why did I get married when Jill Scott was married to her husband, and you know, he was basically feeling like he could treat her any type of way because he had me and she didn't have as much as him, so he was sleeping with her best friend right in front of her face or something like that. He was giving me those type of vibes, per se. And I'm not saying that he's that type of man. He was claiming to be very godly, but them be the ones. So I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it like that. And that's what I was telling him. I'm trying to get my phone where the lighting would be okay, but where my clip sits at good and snug, it's too far away from my charger. And I don't want my phone to die again. So you guys are going to just have to see me from here. Hi guys. So, you know, I was just telling him that or whatever, and I was hearing this morning as well when I woke up, I think that's Moneybag Yo, when he be like, making it harder for the next nigga to please you, bought a bitch a patty, I don't love her, I just stepped up her status. I was hearing that, like, if I was to mess around with him, it would be a business ordeal, and I don't care for that. I want real love. And then I was just thinking about, and then he was very much so arrogant with Like, oh yeah, because you know, I know this feel good, and I got this, that, and the other. And again, making it harder for the next nigga to please you, because like he was very confident in his sex. And I just am like, it wasn't bad sex. It wasn't that he had a small penis. But it's just like, when you know how they say once you go black, you never go back. It's like I just been fucking on like Captain Hook, like length, width, hook, motion for the ocean, guaranteed. And I like being in his presence. So what you bragging on is like, I understand you bragging, but it ain't really bragging to me per se. That's why I'm being quiet or whatever. So it was kind of like that too. And it's like making it harder for the next nigga to please you. Like, damn, this bitch, I can't even fuck nobody else right now. And it ain't that I'm under no love spell, dickmatized, love bombed or nothing. It's just like, why would I be doing this if I know that I could be fucking somebody else that's gonna really fuck me? See, I gotta get the sex out of it. But anyway, even taking the sex out of it, I like going over there and things like that. So I just was comparing, which I shouldn't have been doing. And I told somebody about that before. It's like, married people, I see why they try to say in the Bible we shouldn't have sex until we get married, and then once you get married you should stay with that person, because it's just like Eve biting the apple of temptation. Once you married to your husband or your wife, and then you're used to them sexually and things like that, and you think you got the best of both worlds or the best in the world and shit like that, the moment you go out and let's say y'all separate, you decide you're gonna go and date or talk to somebody else, and y'all start fucking around, and then you be like, damn, I like this person vibe. I like the way they cook. They cook better than my wife used to cook, or my husband used to cook. They fuck me better than my wife or my husband used to do. I vibe with them better. I talk with them better. Like, damn, I'm kind of glad we separated, because I would have never met this person. Like, I kind of want to divorce you and go get remarried. Sometimes that be God's plan. And I've never been married, and I'm not condoning being a home wrecker, but you got to look at it. If you was separated and I didn't ever know you was married, or you didn't mention that to me, I'm not a home wrecker. In order for me to be a home wrecker, I had to intentionally sleep with you knowing that you were in a commitment. If I wasn't introduced to you and was told that you were in a commitment, you're the home wrecker of your own home, and you brought me into your bullshit. But sometimes you meet people that way and you fall in love with them, and you realize that what you had the first time wasn't even love for real, because you rushed into it. You got married for the wrong reasons. But then after you done spent 7 years miserable with somebody, and you actually separate from them until y'all get a divorce, and you bump into somebody else and somebody new, and then you like, damn, I'm glad I met you. Now I don't want to leave you alone. Sometimes that happens for people, not just on TV, but in real life as well. So I don't know why I'm talking about that again, because I've never been married, but still. And from my knowledge, I never talked to a married man. So, again, I don't know why I'm talking about that, but maybe somebody lied to me about being married, and they fucked around. You know how they say fuck around and find out? You fucked around and fell in love with me or some shit like that. Maybe that's why I'm picking up on the energy. And somebody's probably mad, your ex, your whatever the situation may be, somebody's mad about that, or this could be somebody else's situation. So that's crazy, but I'm just at a point right now, I'm like, oh, well, I gotta just see how shit play out. But in the meantime, I don't want to be fucking with nobody. If you're not genuinely trying to look out for me or start a friendship or befriend me, then I don't really got time for you right now, because I do have a lot of things that I still do need to focus on, moving and doing all that type of shit, my kids, what I want to do, all types of things. So I really don't care to fuck with nobody unless I'm fucking with the person that I want to fuck with. Again, just like I don't want people playing with my feelings, I don't want to be playing with yours either. So I was keeping it honest with him or whatever, and I just decided that I wasn't going. Thank you for offering to put me in a nice room tonight. Thank you for offering to make sure that things are okay, but in return for that, I don't want to give you sex, so I'm going to stay over here. So that's how that went. And again, that's not me thinking that people be just all over me or people should do stuff for me. I don't feel like that. I'm not conceited like that. I don't pay attention to that type of shit. I want real love. So until I get that, everything else is mediocre to me. It's not worth it to me, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, but it wasn't that he was mistreating me. However, I could see past the agenda. And then he kept saying that, like, I know I'm offering you more than what anybody else was offering you. I want you to be in my circle. Like, that's what I'm saying. Talking to me like that, what is your circle? You want me to be in yours? I don't do that type of shit. And then people who start talking like that too, I start thinking, that they gay and shit. And I think niggas be gay who they be in such a rush to fuck too, or that they don't even know when they ain't inside of you. Like, if you fucking my thighs, like, because they stick together, like, you just slid your dick in between them, you don't even know that you're not inside of my pussy. But it's okay, because I don't want to fuck anyway. Or you so busy trying to can't find what hole to go into, like, are you used to sticking your dick in the assholes or something that you don't know you need to go down some? And why would I want you fucking on me if you going up and down? That's just like wiping your ass. When we use the bathroom as women, you gotta wipe front to back. So when a man is trying to find how to come inside of you, you need to have a straight shot, or you need to go from the front to the back. Bitch, don't be taking your dick, sliding it all up and down my motherfucking ass crack, and then putting it in my pussy and shit. That's how bitches get BV and shit. Got me at the fucking doctor and shit, making sure I don't gotta get an antibiotic for some fucking BV, cause you don't know how to control your damn dick. Oh, I hate it. Nope. And they be talking about smelling some fish. Bitch, you done threw my fucking pH off, motherfucker. The fuck wrong with you? Oh, nah. See, y'all, I'm sorry, but I just gotta keep it real with y'all. So yeah. Hi. So yeah, y'all. But I'm about to get off here. I just needed to come and vent for a minute about that. And I know I'm not the only one. So I just wanted to get it off my chest, put it in my digital diary, y'all. Now I feel a little bit better, because he had me fucked up, y'all. He had me fucked the fuck up. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. But y'all have a good day. I love you guys, and I thank y'all for listening to me vent, for coming and say hello to me, for showing me some love. I really do love and appreciate you guys. I wish y'all nothing but love, joy, peace, happiness, abundance, good health, good wealth, prosperity, and all that good shit that us good ass people deserve. I wish y'all real love too. Wealth, real money. That's, I wish that upon my people. And I mean that shit for real. So, have a good day, y'all.